subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady ReShell.
Hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we move away from awareness towards action. It's Money Making Monday, and our topic for today is Before You Donate, Investigate. We are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from the Drive at 5 with Roman. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. On the last episode of Warriors Talk, I talked about the generational impact of cancer. Head on over to YouTube, type in Intellectual Radio, and stay connected for any episodes you may have missed. The quote of the day is, "It's not how much we give, but what we put into giving." Here is your trending topic for today. Hundreds of passengers were evacuated after a Metro Rock Island train car was derailed in Chicago this morning. The derailment occurred on 13th Street. Metro said the cars remained upright, but the car that was behind the locomotive derailed. The train was carrying about 600 passengers. Metro evacuated those passengers to another train onto track 2, but was trying to get the train back on the rails. There was an employee from Channel 7 on the train, and he said all of a sudden the train started to jerk back and forth and then came to an abrupt stop about 8:20 a.m. They were stopped for about an hour, and then the passengers were instructed to board a second train using an ADA ramp over the tracks. He said they were dropped off at LaSalle Street, but thankfully no one was hurt. That is your trending topic for today. We are so grateful for our sponsor. We have Emanuel Church of God in Christ with Pastor Michael Richardson, and he has a special message for us.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emanuel Church of God in Christ. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
And we're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at Emanuel COGIC at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at Emanuel COGIC-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson, and we're from the Emanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
If you are tuned in on any form of social media, like the show, share the show, invite someone else in on the show that you feel may benefit from this valuable information. Our topic, Before You Donate, Investigate. We know that Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up really soon in October, and our social medias, our email will be flooded with individuals or organizations wanting us to donate to their nonprofit. So I'm going to talk about some things today. Before you donate, you need to educate yourself. So let's look at some of the key statistics when it comes to donations. In 2022, Americans gave about $4 billion to charity. That's a lot of money. And the largest source of giving came from individuals, about $3 billion, and that's representing about 64% of all giving. 21% of the nonprofit giving came from foundations in 22. There was an estimated of $105 billion. And the source is coming from Giving USA in their 2023 report. So some of the charitable donations came from religion, which was 27%, human services 14%, education 13%, grant making foundations 11%, and health 10%. 57% of the donors are enrolled in a recurring program, up to 46% what the previous year. And then the average one-time gift in 22 was $121, and previous years it was about $115. So people are giving more. 9% of the donors participated in the workplace giving programs, such as matching your gift or payroll. I know an individual by the name of Aura. She went through her HR program to donate to Warriors Talk, and she started in January. So every single month, I get a check from her. Her organization, they matched her. So whatever she chose, the organization matched what she chose. And she chose a certain amount that she wanted to donate to Warriors Talk. So I get a check every single month until she has met her donation. So if you don't have the money right now, you can set it up through your payroll. And once it starts coming out, just like your 401k, your insurance, you tend to forget about it because you get used to that amount coming out. So that's just another way of giving. 30% of the annual giving happens in December. So for the nonprofit organizations, if you're looking for individuals to give or organizations to give, try around October, November, December. They said that those 3 months, the last 3 months of the year, is where people give at least 30%. That's what most of the giving is done, is around that time of the year. So if you're looking for something, put on a nonprofit giveaway or something and have individuals to give, have them to donate, make it to be a raffle to where maybe they win something. Sometimes people like to get something when they donate. You know, it could be a t-shirt, it could be a mug, just something that they can walk away with. You can set up some type of program that goes on so that people can participate in it and feel like, you know, they actually got something for it. So the average age of individuals that are given is 64. And they make at least 2 charitable donations every year. So I wanted to look at some of the individual organizations when it comes to giving, to talk about like where the money is going, how do they decide where the money is going. A lot of times sometimes we just give blindly, but I encourage you not to give blindly, even if it's a relative, a friend. You know, take the time out to really investigate the company or the organization to find out what's going on and where your money is going and why should you give. So let's look at some of the organizations. So the first one we're going to talk about is do your homework. Do your homework, research, go on the internet and try to find out everything you need to know about that company. So if someone comes to you and say, hey, can you donate to my nonprofit organization? Then you tell them, you say, okay, give me some more information. Like, what about the organization? Like, what do I need to know about the organization? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, really ask questions versus just writing a check and then moving on and really not knowing what's going on. Some of the charities, you need to find out if they even match up, to what they say. A lot of times you see a lot of things on social media and they puff it up real good. And then when you ask for money and somebody is in need, then they don't have anything. They don't have anything to give you, or you don't qualify. So how do some of these charities measure up when it comes to what they claim they can do or what they claim that they are doing? And one of them we know really good, which is the Red Cross. Everybody's heard of Red Cross. When people are in need, you know, they go to the Red Cross. When you're having some type of an emergency, that it was a disaster somewhere, a lot of people use the Red Cross. So it says Red Cross is a do-gooder, and they do a good job at spending their money when you donate your money. So they manage to keep their administrative costs as less than 5%. That's good, as well as their overhead costs. So they spend about 90 cents of a dollar. So if you give them $1, 91 cents of that goes towards the actual programming, and it benefits the community. And we don't see that a lot. You really don't. And so Red Cross was at the top of the list. So whether it's teaching CPR or managing some type of crisis or aftermath of a disaster, Red Cross really puts the money to good use. So if you want to donate, go to the Red Cross website and do your homework and find out exactly what you need to know about them, why you should give. Another organization is Doctors Without Borders. And Doctors Without Borders, we know they go over into different countries and they treat the less fortunate people. And they also put their money to good use as well. They spend about, it says 98% of their revenue goes towards their programming. And a lot of times people don't have money for, especially if you're in a country to where you need supplies and they're bringing over really old supplies from here, trying to treat them, but it's better than no treatment. So anything that you donate to Doctors With Borders, you know that they're going to put it to good use to bring about healing to individuals that are in different countries that cannot afford it. And this is one, the next one is one that I really see a lot, and I really want to set up something to where I can donate to them, which is the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And this one, the children, the family, they can go there. They don't have to pay anything. If you don't have any money, you know, and you have a child that has cancer, they're sick, you know, they can go there and not have to worry about paying. They will actually put you up in a place where the family can stay, travel, housing, food, and also treatment for the child that's sick. So this one, they said they spend about 27% of its income on fundraising and administrative costs. They consider their expenses really tightly, they said. So this one, they gave them an impressive 33% benchmark, impressive because they make sure that they spend all of their dollars quite well. So that's another place if you want to donate, if you're thinking about donating and you know that your money is going to a good cause, and then it would be the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. The next one would be the Nature Conservatory. And this is a place where it's focused on protecting and conserving the water across the land, across the globe. They work on every single continent. They address issues about environmental significance, and they hold themselves to the highest standard according to, they have a 71.2% of all of their incomes go towards scientific programs and trying to make sure they conserve the water in the land. So that would be another good place if you want to donate some money and you know that it's going to a good place, you know that individuals are benefiting from it. Hey, Lisa, thank you for tuning in. And you know individuals are benefiting from it, then that would be a good place to go. A lot of charities, check with charities that have lower overheads, because a lot of them have, they're top heavy when it comes to how much overhead that they have. So check with an organization, a charity that has low overhead. And overhead is the rent, utilities, insurance, legal fees, office supplies, payroll, accounting fees. You want to get with a company when you are doing your research, you want to make sure that their overhead is really low. So a lot of times the overhead is taking up the bulk of the money, and then the programs and everything gets what's left over. So it says it should be within less than 10%. So they should be spending at least 10% on the overhead, and about 90% should be going to your services and supporting your mission. Another company that we all have heard of is the Chicago Food Depository. And this one, it says, this one actually feeds about 200, it provides about 200,000 pounds of food daily. That's a lot of food. And they take the majority of their money and they use it towards feeding individuals. So if you're thinking about donating, donate, or you don't necessarily, if you don't have money to donate, because a lot of times we're like, oh, I don't have any money. Donate your time. Sometimes you don't have money. So if you don't have money, then donate your time. Call them and find out how you can donate your time. This way you get to actually see up close and personal exactly what they're doing, how they're doing, how the operation is running, you know, and you get to see before you donate. So that's a good way to kind of evaluate the company, is to go down there and see how you can donate your time to see where your money is going for. That way, you know, you're getting the most bang for your buck. There is a conversation fund which works to conserve conversation fund to conserve the land, the water, and the natural resources. And this is for all 50 states. And this is, again, one of those companies that take 90% of the money that's donated to them to make sure that these things are taken care of. So if you want to donate to another company that you know that is not doing away with your money or paying just the CEO and all of the people in the company with your money, and then any programs that they have to get no leftovers, that would be another company that you would want to look into. Another one is Give to Kids, right? Whenever I see anything about kids, I'm like, oh, okay, let me see how this is. Let me donate. Let me see what they're doing. If it's on the up and up, you know how you see those commercials and they have those kids on the commercials and they looking so sick and they like, sponsor this kid. You know, this is your kid. You sponsoring, you sending money over there, and then you find out that there ain't really no kid. You sending some money to somebody else. So that's why I'm saying do your homework and find out exactly where the money is going. So Give the Kids the World. This is an organization that's already they've already been tested and already given them a rating to say that they are a valid company. Another one is UNICEF, which is the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. This is another one. They work with over 190 countries to improve the lives of children. And they have they support with education, food, emergency programs for the children. So that's another organization, if you want to give and you know that your money is going to go directly to these organizations to help these organizations and is not going into someone's pocket, then I would advise you to look into those organizations. So how do you donate wisely when there's so many different organizations out here that's asking for money? Everybody's in need, and everybody has a sad story on what they're trying to do. I should say emotional story on what they're trying to do with the money, and it's urgent. They need your help. The first thing you do, again, is you investigate. You ask more details about why you are giving a donation. Why do you need this donation? Why do you want this donation from me? And you find out all of these details that you need for this particular organization before you just say yes. Don't just say yes to try to get them off your back. If you really don't want to donate, then get the information and say, okay, just give me the information. I'll go home and I'll take it into consideration once I have done my research, and let them know that you're going to do your research. You're going to investigate like what's going on really with this organization. Don't be afraid to ask questions, especially when money is involved. Ask questions. And the second one is ask for a referral. Do you have any referrals, like anybody else that I know that may have donated, or even if it's another organization that donated to them, ask for the referrals and follow up on the referral. If you got to call them, do that. But just like when you go for a job interview, before they hire you, they want to know, hey, let's get a referral and see if this person, see if this person is a good person. Let's see if anybody can vouch for this person. So see if someone can vouch for that organization. And if they give you any pushback on giving you a referral or pushback on answering any questions, then that's a red flag for you to be like, okay, maybe that's not an organization that I want to give my money to. So they should be open and honest about the information that they're giving you. The third one would be, do you believe in the organization's mission? And in order for you to know what that mission is, you're going to have to go and do your research and find out what it is. Or you're sitting there with the person, ask them, what is your mission? And find out what that mission is and see if your values line up with their mission, to see if you even want to donate. You might be like, no, that doesn't line up with what I'm trying to do, so I'm going to pass on this. You don't have to donate to everything and everybody. Find something that's near and dear to your heart, and then be consistent with donating to that. Number 4, does the nonprofit live up to their mission? And then how do you know? How do you know that they live up to their mission? By doing your homework, going on their website to see what they posting, if they had any past events that's catering to the mission. Do they have any testimonials on their website? And if you're a nonprofit and you don't have any testimonials on your website, then shame on you. Whenever you do something for somebody, and I'm not saying you get a testimonial from everybody, but you should be getting testimonials, whether it's video or written. You should be getting some type of testimonial from someone to put on your website so that people can say, oh, okay, that person is vouching for that person. You should be getting testimonials. Check their social media presence as well as their website to see if it's up to date. See what they're posting. A lot of time, that's why you have to be careful. I separate my pages. So my personal page is different from my Warriors Talk business page. Separate your pages so that if you know that you're going to be posting crazy stuff on your social media page, then have 2 separate pages, because somebody may see it and be like, you post something, you fussing about something, and they may see it and they may disagree with you, and then they don't want to support you. So you got to be careful what you even put on social media. Lisa said, yes, there should be some type of proof. Absolutely. See, somebody should be able to vouch for you and say, yeah, this is a good person. This is a good organization to donate to. Somebody should be able to vouch for you. So get on the social media, check it out. Look at old posts as well as new posts. See what's going on with it. See what type of pictures they're posting. See what other people are saying about them. Because on your business page on social media, it allows other people to rate you too. So make sure you're telling people, rate my page. When you come to my page, rate my page. Say something, post a picture, do something. Like if you have to solicit that so that other people will know, okay, this is probably a good person or a good organization to donate to. And then another one would be check their IRS status, find out where the money, a money trail, where the money is going. And I just want to show you how you can check an individual. Like if they say that they are 501(c), then there's a way to check if they are 501(c). So this would be a way to check it. So you would go to the IRS website. I'm going to try to share my screen here. You would go to the IRS website, and then you would go to charities and nonprofit. So once you type on charities and nonprofit, it should bring you to charitable contributions. You will click on that. You will go to organizations eligible to receive tax deductible, and you're going to look for the tools so that you can search for this person. You want to search for the organization so you can make sure this is your way of verifying they are who they are. They are who they say they are. So you want them to verify it. So then you're going to go to the tool to search for the tax exempt organization, and then you just either type in their name, or if you know the EIN number, then you can type in the EIN number. So I'm just going to type in my EIN number and type in the city, and then click search so that it will bring me up. So as you can see, there's Warriors Talk right there on the IRS website as official nonprofit organization. And when you click on it, it'll tell you my status. It'll tell you that this organization is eligible to receive tax deductible contributions. And then it also has a determination letter saying that this is a favorable organization and they meet the requirements for tax exempt status. So there is a way for you to check and see if this organization is what they say they is. They should have something out there, some type of paper trail out there to show that they're legit. Lisa said, be mindful of what you post on your page. It could either draw or deter others. This is true. This is so true. I had to pull back on what I post on social media. So if you notice on my page, mainly I'll post maybe my show information. I'll post stuff about my family. I used to post a lot of controversial stuff about relationships, and I stopped doing that because it would draw a lot of negativity to my page. And I'm like, I don't want that. And then sometimes people, they get turned off by if they're constantly seeing people on your page, like going back and forth with each other. So I stopped posting those things on my page, and I just kind of leave it as a neutral page, because I don't want people to come to my page if they're looking for me and they come to my page and they see something posted like that, and it's like, no, I'm not going to support that organization. So yeah, I'm real careful about what I post. Lisa said you have to also be mindful, oh yes, of the post of your friends. This is true. This is true. And this is one reason why I also have it set up to where you just can't post to my page. I have to approve it first. And then if I see a comment that I don't like, I'll delete it. I will delete it. I have deleted people and blocked people. I will warn them and say, hey, even if I post something, I would say this is not a negative post. And if, if the shoe doesn't fit, you don't have to comment on it. And some people have had to block and from my page because they have said something that it disturbed other people, disturbed me. And I'm just like, no, this is not what I want on my page. I'm not inviting this type of atmosphere on my page. So guess what? Bye-bye, you have to go. So don't be afraid to block people, but you have to be careful. If you have an organization, you should have a business page, and then you should have your personal page. They should be two separate pages. Now, granted, I do post my show on this page and my show page because I don't know why it's so hard to get people to, when I go live on the other page, like it's hard to get people to come on the business page when I go live, but they'll go there for information, but not for the actual video. They come to this page. So eventually I would like to just go have that one central place for them to go for the show, and then just leave this totally just my personal page. I had to do the same thing on Instagram. I separated my Warriors Talk from my Lady ReShell because, certain people come, again, they're looking for you. If you say, oh yeah, I have a podcast. Oh yeah, I have an organization. They're looking for it, and they get on there and you have all of this other stuff posted on there. They have to dig through stuff just to get to where you are. So you have to be careful about that. So there's a way that you can look up organizations and find out exactly how the company is doing. You don't have to just go off of their word. Do your research. Take time to do your research. And then don't be afraid to say, I'll get back to you. Don't feel pressured into, they're collecting donation. It's not like, oh, we need this donation by tomorrow. This is a life or death situation. No. I'm going to get back to you and let you know, if I'm going to donate, and if so, how much. But allow me to take a moment to read through this information, do some investigation, and then I'll get back to you. And if the organization is legit, they're going to say, okay, well, let them read the information because I know they're going to donate because, everything's legit, and then they may donate. And if they don't donate, maybe they'll pass the information off to someone else that they know the information may benefit. So don't sweat anybody or try to make them feel like, oh man, you make them feel bad because they don't donate. And the one thing that I'm learning right now is in having this organization, and because Warriors Talk do ask for donations, whatever I do for Warriors Talk, it comes by donations or either out of my pocket. So I try to ask for donations so I'm not always in my pocket. And I found that a lot of times you can't go to your normal people like you would, like family and friends. A lot of times you can count on them maybe 1 or 2 times when you first get going, but eventually you're going to have to branch out to some other people, because you're going to wear them down. Every time you have something, they're going to be like, oh, God, here she go again. Oh, didn't I donate to that last time? I did that. I already attended that event last time. So you're going to have to just step out on faith and just start reaching out to different people, getting in some groups that kind of align with, your organization, and reach out to some different people. What I've been doing lately is, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, with guests on Warriors Talk. So now when I have a guest, I say, hey, do you have someone that would be a good fit to be a guest on the show? If so, can you refer them to me? And so there's one girl, I got about 10 emails with different people. I'm like, oh, wait, a lot. So, you have to ask. And if you don't ask, you don't know. So you just have to put it out there, and you will be surprised how things will turn out. So if you feel like you want to donate, if people are pressuring you to donate, take a step back and say, wait, let me figure out exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to take a quick break because I want to recognize my sponsor, Gloria Dawson with Mary Kay. She's catering to all of your beauty needs from head to toe. Head on over to her website, marykay.com/GDTDOTSON. And make sure you tell her that Warriors Talk sent you. My sponsors make it possible for me to go live. So I appreciate them, and I want to make sure that they know that. Lisa said, family is awesome, but we cannot expect them to do everything. This is true. This is true. And don't take it personal. I used to take it personal and be like, why don't I want to help? They say, I'm asking y'all to help. Y'all see what I'm trying to do. Y'all know this money is not going in my pocket. Y'all know what I'm doing with this money. So why, and you can't take it personal. If they want to donate, they donate. Eventually, this is what I've seen. Eventually, because I've been doing Warriors Talk since 2000. I've been doing a show since 2015. Warriors Talk came into existence since 2014. So what I've seen is like, you just have to allow people. Sometimes people want to see. They want to see what you're doing, and then a lot of times they jump on board once things are going right. Once things get going, then they like. You blowing up, you it's out there, and they're like, oh wow, okay, well I'm going to her event. Yeah, girl, I know. Yeah. So sometimes it be that you just have to let them find out for themselves, or everybody is not for you. It's not. You have to find your tribe. That's the thing. When you find your tribe, you don't have to beg these people to come. You don't have to twist their arm to come. You don't have to send out 1 million emails for them to come. Once you find your tribe, they're going to be waiting for you to have things. They're going to be right there to support you. They're going to tell other people about you and bring them along. You just have to find your tribe. And once you do, it's on and popping from there. So there are some other organizations out there too, where you can research a company, find out what's going on with the company. You have the Charity Watchdog resource, who has they have the nonprofit organizations listed, and they have the ratings for the nonprofit organizations. So you can go on Charity Watchdog and you can look up an organization. If you have any questions, if you're leery about, should I donate? Lisa said your tribe will ask you what's next. Girl, yes, they will. They be like, what you doing with it? I got you. What's coming up? They be like right on the money, like just waiting to support you. You don't even have to, they'll come up to you with ideas and stuff. Oh yeah, you did this last time. What about this? They trying to help you. Your tribe wants you to succeed. They want to see you do good. And they're right there waiting to support you. They're right there. So there's another organization called GuideStar. You can check this organization out as well and find out information about the different organizations that you have in mind that you want to support. GuideStar, they actually collects the 990 forms, and these are the tax forms for individual nonprofit organizations who make over $50,000 a year. They fill out these forms, they turn it into the IRS, and then the IRS put it on these sites. So they can upload it to these sites, and you can go to these different websites and you can find the 990 form, and you can find out exactly what they're doing. So the public information for the financial data is on that site, and it tells you what those charities are doing. Another one is GiveWell. You can go to their website. They have hundreds of charities in addition to guiding you with reviews about nonprofit. And if a review has not been left about a nonprofit and you like that nonprofit, you can leave a review for that nonprofit. So ask an organization when they're asking you to donate, what percentage actually goes to support your programs? How much are you spending when someone gives you a donation? Like, what percentage goes towards their program? Not the overhead or administrative costs, but be kind of cautious when they say, "Oh, 100% of my donations go to support my cause." That's a lie. That's a lie. Especially if you have a team. If you have a team and those people are on payroll, then 100% is not going towards the program. Lisa says the cool part about this is that they hold you accountable. Absolutely. And you need that because you want to have all of your T's crossed, your I's dotted when you're trying to get somebody to support you. And you're not just looking for a one-time support. You're looking for consistent support from these people. So if they know that you are legit, when it's that time for you to come around and ask for donations, they're going to give it. I get donations from my dentist. When it's time for my annual event in October, I have my sponsorship letter. I type it up. I email it to him. If I don't hear from him, I call and say, "Hey, I'm just reminding you about the letter that I sent." He goes, "Oh, the check is in the mail." "Oh, I'm dropping the check in the mail." So you have these people that they believe in it. They see it. My dentist watched some of my videos. He's like, "Oh, I saw the video. You're doing a great job." And you never know what these, especially when they're giving their money, you never know if they're going to be watching you. You never know if that's going to lead to them telling somebody else about you for you to get more donations. So you just have to be careful how you proceed when you're asking individuals for donations. Talk about their programs and what it is that they do. How much are they spending on the programs? And are they spending the bulk of the money on it? Is it the bulk of the money designated to the programs? Or is it designated to the administrative costs, the overhead costs? Find that information out. Most organizations that, like the huge organizations, they may have professional fundraising where they have telemarketers calling your house. I know I get calls from the police board, the state police. They call every year they call trying to get money, trying to get you to donate to their fund. So they may have to hire professional fundraising to take care of their fundraising, to collect funds. And so that could be a cost too. That could be part of the administrative cost, and that could be why the administrative cost could be a little high as well. So ask those questions. So let's talk about the executive compensation. Like, how much are the executives making that are a part of these different programs? So I want to look at Susan G. Komen. And we know Susan G. Komen has been around for a long time, I think since 1982. Susan G. Komen has been around for a while, and they have collected a lot of money. We've seen them doing walks, races, 3-day races, and raising this money. A lot of women be a part of these races. They raise their money. So it says Susan G. Komen has invested more than $2 billion into their mission, which is to end breast cancer, including investing $209 million into breast cancer research this far. They are the largest nonprofit organization when it comes to breast cancer outside of the U.S. government. So they don't get money from the U.S. government. They get money from donations. And more than double that amount have been invested, they said, into the community programs directly serving those faced with breast cancer and breast cancer patients. So they reported that 80% of their funds go to their mission, which is to end breast cancer, and then 20% of their funds go towards the administrative costs and the fundraising costs. So the base pay for a CEO, the executive director, or the chief. So the executive director makes about $597,000 to $1 million. That's the average salary for an executive director, with an average salary being $786,000. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. But you think about the amount of money that they're raising, they can afford to pay the executive that much, or they can pay them a little less and then put some of that money back into the community, or fundraising. Put it back into the community or to research, versus the executives having such a big salary like that, because that's a lot of money. The American Cancer Society, they raise annually, it says the salary for their executive is $219,000. Executives can make about $480,000 a year. So they also are not funded by the federal government. So they primarily get their donations from individuals like me who donate. So they make about $145 million a year, and they've been in existence since 1946. They have invested about $5 billion to research grants for scientists across the country. So if you have donated to Susan G. Komen, if you have donated to the American Cancer Society, then that's where your money is going. So think about before you donate. Think about some things before you donate to different organizations. Some of the things that you could think about would be, do that organization have a religious or political affiliation? And if so, does that matter to you? If it doesn't, then you will donate. Decide what you want to donate, whether it be money or time. Again, you don't necessarily have to donate money. You could donate time just as well. Time is just as valuable as money. I would say if it's a local and you're donating, then don't donate your time first so you can see, the organization, the ins and out. You're there. You can see they mean business, and it may make you give even a little more. And then find out how often you want to give. You want this to be a one-time donation. You want to set it up monthly, to where you set it up through your payroll, or you set it up through your bank to where it's coming out every month, or you have them to take out of your bank account annually. So decide how you want to donate to these individuals. And then when you do, the safest way to do it is through a check or a credit card. Those are the safest way to do a donation for an individual organization. So I hope that the information that I gave you today gave you something to think about before you donate. Investigate the organization. Don't feel bad if you have to tell the individual, you get the information from them and say, I'll get back to you, and really get back to them, whether you're going to donate or not, and then tell them why, because maybe it's something that they're missing and that they could fix, they could correct, or they can explain to you why they're doing things a certain way. It don't hurt to ask, but before you donate, before you do anything, make sure that you're doing your homework. So I want to make an announcement. Warriors Talk is always looking for testimonials to come on the show. We have Testimonial Monday. So if you are an individual who would like to empower and educate someone with your cancer journey, you can email me at warriorstalk1@gmail.com and type the word ready in all caps, and then I will forward you some information on how to be a guest on the show. Warriors Talk also have our 7th annual Survivors Night of Reflection Gala coming up. And it's going to be a gala and fashion show. It's Saturday, October the 28th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be at the Crystal Sky Banquet, 7941 47th Street in McCook, Illinois. The general admission is $50. Survivors is $35 right now. We do have an early bird special going on, but the cost is $35. We are looking for sponsorship. We are looking for vendors as well. You can scan the QR code that's on here, and It will take you to the Eventbrite site where you can get all the information on how to purchase a ticket, all the information on it about sponsorship. This is our Warrior in the Battle Fund. Last year we gave away $500 to 2 individuals that were going through stage 4 cancer. And I found out that both of those individuals passed away. So I'm glad that Warriors Talk was able to at least alleviate a little bit of the financial burden for those individuals. And that's what the Warriors in Battle Fund is all about. It's about bridging the gap financially for individuals who are in the battle. So if you know someone that's in the battle and they're having a hard time financially, you can also send me a email as well, and we will look into trying to help them with something financial, because everybody don't have it when they're going through a cancer diagnosis. So if you want to attend the event and you are a survivor, go ahead and scan the QR code and come to the event. We have a great time for the survivors. We're going to have a live band at this particular event, the fashion show, of course. We have poetry going on, and we're going to have someone doing we have a soloist coming in. So it's going to be packed. Like, the schedule is going to be really tight. And I'm excited because this is year 7 for us celebrating. And our theme for that day is a season to embrace. And this is all about a night of celebration. A lot of times with cancer survivors, we go through treatment, we go back to work, life as usual. We don't take time to really celebrate. So this is a night where we celebrate and we honor survivors. And so I'm excited. So go ahead, get your ticket, sponsor, be a vendor, however you want to do it. Your support is appreciated. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into Warriors Talk week after week. Please do not go anywhere. We have coming up at 7 p.m. the People Show with Mark Wallace and Charles Thomas. I will leave you with these words of wisdom. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Join me next Monday right here at 6 p.m. on Intellectual Radio. As always, thank you for tuning in to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we are changing lives one warrior at a time.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on intellectualradio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.